Good evening. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Tuesday night leadership call. This is Tuesday, July the 8th. My name is Miriam Kareem, and I am super excited to have you all here tonight. We've got some amazing announcements tonight. So please, please, please get your blue pens ready. And if you have not invited your team on, this is the time. Get them on and get them in on this call because you don't want to miss this one. Quick trip to the newbie corner. So I was thinking about something today with the sale that we've got going on. Messaging people and say, hey, you got this great sale going on. Black seed oil, buy one get one free. And there's people that will jump up and get it right away, and then there's some people that it may not be the right time, even though we're having this incredible sale. And then even with people that it's not the right time, you don't want to waste your time on people because it's not their right time. It's your right time right now. So don't waste your time wasting it on someone else that's not their right time, if that makes sense. So that being said, I'd like to introduce you all to our teacher tonight, Coach Will Zanders. 1 second. Coach Will Zanders. He is a multiple seven-figure earner in the network marketing world, a seven-figure earner at HBN, our Green Organics company, and our first six-figure earner at Godasana, an amazing, amazing teacher. Always has amazing, great, insightful information to get you where you need to be in your business. So, Coach Will Zanders, are you available, sir?
Miriam, yes, ma'am. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Great. Thank you so much for that kind introduction. I appreciate that. We have some incredible announcements tonight. We'll get to that a little bit later. But before I bring on our first surprise of the evening, I want to just touch a little bit on what Miriam just spoke about. That it's not always the right time for people, even when it's a great deal or a great opportunity. Okay. Now, let's see who's been paying attention this year. We're only looking for one type of prospect ever, one type of prospect. Okay. If you know the definition of what type of one prospect we're looking for, please put that in the chat. Let me see who knows. Let me make sure my comments are on. We're only looking for one type of prospect, and I'm just saying it's never going to change. Okay. Exactly. Everybody nailed it. Give yourselves a high five. Get yourselves a huge high five. Most people in network marketing have no idea that they're only looking for a person who's either at high noon, which is translated as the right person at the right time in their life. We know that this is the right opportunity. We know that this is the right set of products. You're going to know that. You thought you knew it before. You're really going to know it tonight. But we're looking for the right person at the right time in their life. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to go ahead and look in the chat. And every person there who put the right person at the right time in their life, high noon, some people even call it the perfect prospect. What is the perfect prospect? The perfect prospect is someone who is at high noon, which is translated as the right person at the right time in their life. Everybody who put that in there, give yourself a huge congratulations. You have a mindset. Remember, we talked about level 3 content. You have a level 3 mindset in relation to who you're looking for. So if someone's like, if you take 80,000 follow-ups and they're like, I don't want to do it, or tell me more about it, not just the regular questions, but I need to think about it 2, 3, 4 times. Not the right it's not the right person at the right time in their life, and you have to be respectful of that person's time. Put one in the chat if that makes sense. I know it does, but what is remembered is repeated, and what is repeated is remembered, and that is how we teach. We teach because repetition is the mother of learning. It's how you learned how to tie your shoes. It's how you learned how to drive a car. It's how you learned how to change a diaper. Repetition is the mother of learning, and that is why I want to congratulate everybody for hopping in on these calls. Now, speaking of the right person at the right time, as a young man I'd like to bring on to do some training for us tonight on this particular call. You're going to be hearing more from him in the future. And rather than give him the full formal edification, I'm going to save that for the official announcement. But y'all know him. Y'all love him. I don't need to go super in depth about it. I keep saying he's our latest six-figure earner, but he hit that months ago. He's beyond that now. After you hear the announcement that we have tonight, if he was at $250,000 by the end of the year, I wouldn't be surprised. Y'all might be, but I wouldn't be surprised because these announcements are going to change everything for you again. So that being said, let me see if we can get our friend, our brother, upline for a lot of people here, super sponsor, Coach Seymour Greenrich Blake. Let me see if I can get him on the call to do a little bit of training this evening. Let me see, because when you hit 100 grand, we start tapping you to do some things around here. We like, hey, you can't be gatekeeping whatever information got you to that six-figure income, which is significantly more than most people make in network marketing. And we love the fact that we have people coming right down the line who will be in that position sooner than later. So that being said, let me see, is Coach available, Miriam? Do we have Coach Seymour on tonight?
Yeah, yes, I am. I'm available, Coach.
All right, I'm gonna turn it over to you, boss. Take your time. Let me know when you're done. Thank you, brother.
All right. First off, I want to thank everybody for being here today, and I want to thank Coach Marcus for reaching out to me and put me in the hot seat. But you know what? Hey, it comes with the job. That's what we signed up for. So first, I want to introduce myself, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go off camera because I got some notes. I want to make sure I keep in touch with the notes that I have and don't get distracted. So first off, I'm Coach Seymour. Most of y'all know me that been in some events with us. I am a father of two great, wonderful sons who provided 4 great grandkids for me. And y'all know them, especially my little princess, Lily. I'm a veteran, United States Air Force, 13 years, active duty, and now a veteran. Green Organics, 100K, 6-figure earner, and Diamond Ambassador with Gold Dasana, and Platinum Director with HBN. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and jump into what I'm going to be going over with you today. Like I said, I'm going to go off camera so I can stay focused on what I have prepared for you guys, and hope I can get to some of you today. So let's get started. So what I'm going to be talking about today is why network marketing is the best industry in the world. And some of y'all already know this. Some of you probably don't know it. But the reason that network marketing is one of the greatest industry today is because the power of leverage. Do y'all understand what we mean by the power of leverage? Okay, in a traditional job, you go to work and you put in 40 hours a week, 80 hours every 2 weeks. And when you do that, you get paid. But what if you stop doing it? The pay stop, correct? But with network marketing, we build residual income. Okay, we go out, we put in the work one time, and we get paid over and over and over if we put it in right. We create leverage. And if you think about it, this is what big business does. It creates leverage on the job that we go out and put out every day. So for an example, let us say we took 100 people and we gave them a job, and they just put in 5 hours a week on that job. They put in 500 hours a week, right? 500 hours of productivity, and guess who benefits from that? The CEO of that company. That is how empires are built. So why will we not want to take advantage of the same benefit that CEOs are doing, going out, finding the right people at the right time of their lives, teaching them what we know, guide them to the right direction? What if what if you got 10 people and they put in 5 hours a week into that industry of that business that you introduced them to? That's a productivity amount of hours that they put in, and who is going to benefit from it? You. But if you also teach them to do the same, not only will you benefit from it, but they will benefit from it. Okay. Number 2 is low risk, low startup costs. One thing I got to tell people to stop doing is this. Stop telling people that to get involved with HBN or Gold Dasana is free, because technically it's not free. When you go out and test drive a car, when you test drove the car, that was free. But if you left and went home with that car, you had to pay for it. So if we are introducing the people to HBN and Gold Dasana, they are test driving it. That's the free part of it. But for them to actually be a business partner, they have to activate that account. And when they activate that account, they place an order with a low cost, but they're getting a product back in return. So let's stop telling people that it's free to get started with HBN and GoDasana, because it's not. We're lying to people, and we're not in the business of telling lies to people. Yes, we don't have to pay a large amount like most network marketing business does to get in. Yes, we don't have to pay a website fee. We're paying for the product that we are receiving, that we're going to be using. So start telling people the truth. Let's let them know that they're taking it. When we tell them they're going to take the free tour, that's them test driving the business. Okay? But they have to activate that account to get started. So to start the business, we purchase a product, and that product comes in, we use it. It also comes with a ready-to-go website. Okay? We also provide a great compensation plan with Green Organics Company. What else do we get with that low startup cost with HBN and GoDasana? Mentorship. We get teachings like we're getting right now today. And the great thing about our business, not all network marketing businesses, that we are a global business that we have in our hand. We have a global business in our hand. So we can take this business and run it basically any and everywhere. Okay? There's very, very low risk, but there's a maximum upside to it if you work the business completely. That's what we call smart business. Okay? Number 3, there's no experience needed to get involved with network marketing. You don't need a business degree. You don't need to be a sales expert. Like I always say, I don't create sales people. I transfer vision. And that is what we do. We transfer vision for people that have dreams and goals. Network marketing it's welcome from all walks of life. To get involved with network marketing, you don't have to have a degree, like I said. You don't have to have years experience of working in any other network marketing. That's not what we're looking for. Okay? We're here helping people to stay at home and be happy, be free. We're helping people that are retired and don't want to go back to work. We're helping veterans like myself to be able to say, you know what? I have freedom, real freedom that I went out there and fought for. We're helping students that are in school to start something to generate a second income, so where they can take that income and possibly pay for some of their student loans that they already have. And most of all, we are helping people with full-time jobs that are looking for a part-time income, but don't want to have to go out and put in another 40 hours on another job to pay more in taxes. Okay? With the right training and mentorship and mindset, anyone can succeed with network marketing. But it all starts with you. You got to want it. You want to grow. You want to be the one that want that opportunity that is in network marketing that can provide for you. Okay? Number 4, personal development and leadership. One of the greatest and productive network marketing deal is that who you become. In this industry and with this Green Organics Company, we will teach you how to learn to do that. Number 1, we'll teach you how to communicate with people. I was one of those persons that was very, very, very shy. But I learned a long time that a closed mouth don't get fed. And with me being shy and being quiet all the time, it wasn't working in some of my other network marketing business. But once I learned how to communicate with people, learn about the color personality of that individual, I learned how to communicate with them. We don't have those 2 books that we push a lot, the color personality and icebreakers, just for it to sit on your counter and get dust on it. Open those books. Read the information that's in there, because there's some information in there that can take you to the next level with your business if you really take the time to put into it. With network marketing, we teach you in Green Organics how to present your ideas. Okay? One of the greatest things we do is we teach you how to become leaders and to lead your team. If you don't consider yourself a great leader, how can anybody else look at you and be that leader? You got to be the leader that you will follow. And if you will follow yourself, guess what? Others will. One of the biggest things that you got to start learning to do is develop confidence in yourself. I say this all the time. People believe in a God that they don't see. They trust in a God they don't see. They have faith in that God, but they don't have the same faith, belief, or trust in themselves. How can you build something if you don't have the faith, the trust, and the faith and the trust and the belief that you can do it? You make excuse about how everybody else can do it. If y'all knew my full story of where I came from and where I'm at today, you will realize that it didn't just start 6 years ago and got me to where I'm at today. It started 45 years ago when I came to the United States. Because as a kid, I was always told that America is a land of freedom, the land of opportunity. People die to come to this country for the opportunity that it provides, but we have people that was born here and does not take advantage of that opportunity. You got to start waking up, guys. Wake up. Understand what you have in your hand when you come to Green Organics. Because some of y'all are just great big procrastinators, and that's a killer of a dream. You keep procrastinating, you will keep losing at your dream, at your goal, or what you're trying to achieve. Network marketing is the best personal development program that there is out there. Okay, it is the best. Number 5, time and location freedom. Network marketing allows you to build your business from anywhere. You can build it from your home, you can build it from your phone, you can even build it on vacation. How do we know that? Where am I right now? Going over this deal with you. I am at home. What am I doing it on? A phone. Some of us go to boot camps on vacation. We take those as little mini vacations to get away from work, right? But while we at those boot camps, on Saturday morning, what does Coach Will have us do for 30 minutes? He have us get out and reach out to our hot market to try to get a sale. We're building our business even while we're on vacation, people. You can choose when you work and who you work with. No boss to tell you what to do, when to go to lunch, deny you from taking a PTO vacation time because somebody else has already put in for it. No clock to punch, but your own. You are in control of your time, people. Most people wear a watch to tell time. I wear one to let you know how valuable my time is. This industry is a vehicle that you can create time freedom with. I don't knock a job. I had one. But take network marketing and make it a vehicle to get you where you're trying to while you're still at that job, to where you'll be able to one day do like I did. Not necessarily retire, but walk away with no regret and no concerns about how bills going to be taken care of. You don't just want to make sales. Again, like I said earlier, you want to start transforming people's vision. How we do that? Helping someone else, for example, lose weight. Helping a family pay their rent this month. Helping a retired person enjoy life and not have to go back to work and clock somebody else's time clock. Those are just 4 examples of how we can transfer people's vision. Help people to help people to help people. That is powerful. Number 7, with network marketing, we have unlimited income potential, unlimited. There's no income cap in network marketing. In some network, well, I'm going to use Green Organics. I'm going to say all network marketing don't have an income cap. But with Green Organics, we don't have a cap. We get weekly retail commissions, correct? You go out, you sell a product, somebody go on your website, they buy a product, you get paid. And if they did them 100 times in that one day, you got paid 100 times in that one day. We get bonus commissions for building our team, right? Basically, every time we cycle, we get a team bonus. We get residual income from reorders. Green Organics, there is no fast start capping. It's for the life of that person that's purchasing that product from your website. Every time they place an order, you get a payment. We have incentives. We don't have the type of things like some of these other companies has with car bonuses. If you qualify for a car bonus in some of these companies, drop from that level and see if who gonna pay for that car note. But with Green Organics, because of the matrix pay, because of the star bonus, because of the SAT bonus, because of the team bonuses, that money, we can take that and supplement that car note if we have a car that we paying on. We can take that money and supplement it on paying a bill. We can take it and supplement it on paying your mortgage. So there's no income cap with Green Organics. Understand that. Unlike a job, when you go out there and you locked into that fixed hourly pay or that salary, stop working and see if that money keep coming. The more you help people, the more you will be successful. Because if you're helping someone else to be successful, you will also be successful. Now for conclusion, because I know I don't want to take up all of the time, let's talk about why network marketing now. Now more than ever, people are searching for what? A healthier solution, additional income, flexible work, community, and purpose. Try talking to somebody 25 years and mention the word network marketing and see how fast they disappear out of your sight. But because the network marketing been around so long and people see other people succeeding, especially in Green Organics, people that never been successful in any other network marketing are succeeding in network marketing in Green Organics, people are now more acceptable to understanding how network marketing work, how leveraging work. It's not always the person at the top that's going to be the one that earn all the money. I surpassed my old sponsor by $75,000. He brought me in. He was above me, but now I'm above him income-wise. So it's not always a person at the top that's going to always win. Okay? To conclude this, I want to say this. Y'all know that when I bring somebody in, I don't ask them what is their why in that specific sense. I ask them what hurts them. Because if you understand what hurts you, it's a lot easier for you to start working and getting rid of what's hurting you. You hear people say all the time to go out and build a vision board. Okay? You can go out and cut a car out and put on that vision board. A big house, put on that vision board. $1 million, put on that vision board. An airplane and showing travel and put on that vision board. But what if you do it this way? Build you a what hurt board. Take a picture of an Xbox, cut it out, and put a kid next to it crying. That kid is your kid that can't get that Xbox for Christmas or his birthday because you can't afford to do it. Put an electric bill, a water bill, a gas bill, and put yourself sitting there stressing out because you don't know which one you're going to pay today. Work on getting those off that what hurts you board, then work on the what's your vision board. Take that what hurt you board and put it in your bedroom, because that got to be the first thing you see in the morning when you wake up and the last thing you see when you go to bed at night. And you see that constantly, you're going to have to want to get out there and work to get rid of those stuff off that work, that what hurts you board, and then go in your office and see your vision board of what now you can achieve. So people, change your mindset, you will change your income. You got to take this business serious, guys. You really have to take it serious if you want to succeed in life. With that said, back to you, Coach Will.
Man. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, show Coach Seymour some love in the chat. Golly, I tell you what, man, I'm fired up. Oh my goodness, I am fired up. That is all right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad I got some announcements tonight because no matter what I was going to train on after that, I was going to ball it up and throw it in the trash. Oh man, thank you, Coach. Appreciate that, man. And Coach Seymour he just has that ability to really pull the best out of you. He is not gonna sugarcoat nothing. He ain't gonna candy coat anything. He gonna shoot you straight. And I appreciate him so much for that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna shift gears. We're not even shifting gears because what we have to talk about tonight with these updates, it goes right in line with what Coach Seymour was talking about as far as taking advantage of the opportunity and understanding exactly what you have your hands on. So as we get into this, I want to tell you, we've been lied to. I mean, from a societal standpoint, I just want to give you a heads up. They lied to us about Christopher Columbus. That was a blatant falsity, right? They lied to us about, Thanksgiving with the Pilgrims and the Indians, and they were playing nice together. Absolutely not. Thank you, Clarence. Bamboozled. We were lied to about that. We were lied to forever about big pharma, pharmaceutical drugs, unnecessary surgeries, and things of that nature. How many people know someone who's been harmed as a result of a prescription drug, a surgery gone wrong? Everybody, because we got lied to about those things, okay? Listen, y'all don't want to hear this part. We got lied to about the moon landing. I hate to break it to y'all. No human being has ever set foot on the moon. I know it sounds ridiculous. Will, what are you talking about? If you do your research, you read some books, you actually research some stuff, you'll understand. You'll understand there's a reason why we've never been back to the moon since the 60s. You don't think if American corporation and business and all this type of stuff, you don't think we would have already had hotels on the moon? You don't think they would have found a way to make money on the moon as greedy as this country, as greedy as the world is? You don't think no country on earth would have colonized the moon? These countries colonize everything and everybody and then lie to you about it. So here's the question. For my people, and listen, I love y'all. I only come to you in truth, okay? Truth and love, 100%. And I know it sounds crazy, but if they lied to you about Christopher Columbus, they lied to you about Santa Claus. Everybody lied to us about that. They lied to you about the pharmaceutical industry, okay? They lied to you about the Jeffrey Epstein client list no longer exists, okay? They lied to you about college being the end all be all. You got to go to school for 4 years. You're going to get a great job. Then you retire and you're rich and happy. What? So they've lied to you basically about everything. I say the society has lied to you about dang near everything. And you think that they told you the truth about the moon? Hey, yes, the Statue of Liberty. Don't get me started. Do not get me started. So here's the point. Here's the point to it. And for most people here, they lied about your history. I just want to throw that out there, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, they lied to you about network marketing. They've lied to you about MLM. They told you it was a scam. They told you it was a pyramid scheme. Even the government tried, okay? Even federal government tried to sue the industry back in the day. And the industry won because it's not a pyramid scheme. Let me tell you, just like Coach Seymour said, network marketing is the last legal path to free enterprise on earth. What? No, I can go start a business. Listen, if you want to be financial, thank you, Nakia, Queen, speak on it. Tell them they lied. It don't work. Don't work for who? It worked when you work it. So many of us are living proof, and a lot of people aren't living proof that it works. When I say it's the last legal path to free enterprise on earth, I mean that because the average person can get financial freedom in a corporate job if they stay long enough and make enough money. They can, but a regular person, can't. They don't have the degrees or the resume to get that type of job. Most people don't. Otherwise, everybody would have it. Okay, and there's only one CEO position per company, so good luck. Good luck. Okay. A lot of people, everybody, if they go play professional sports or become a musician or actor or something, they can. You can technically make enough money for sure and become financially free. But how duplicatable is that? It's not very at all. You got to be either super tall or super pretty or you got to have something about you that you didn't, that is a gift from God and your parents to play professional sports. So to be a musician or actor, there's certain, and that whole industry is crazy anyway, but it's the principle. Network marketing for a very small amount of money can literally get you to financial freedom. This is not up for debate. The industry is not being scrutinized. The industry is not up for debate. The industry is legit. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that, period. And we have the absolute, without a doubt, best company. I'm gonna prove it to you again. We know it already. I'm gonna prove it to you again tonight, okay? If there was a job, and you know, we've all had jobs, we're not down on jobs, we're just up on opportunity, that paid even, what, 5%. Thank you, Clarence. The industry is not on trial. Them days is over. If there was a job that paid even 5% of what our pay plan pays out, just understand, they'd be airing Super Bowl commercials about it. If there was an opportunity where people could literally make even 5% of what tip-top earners make over here, over their career, good gosh, the type of income, they would be airing Super Bowl commercials about it. But nothing else does it, okay? You could be literally, let's take Coach Sonny Jones. Coach Sonny Jones, some people know, some people don't. He literally teaches the next generation of doctors at the medical college in Georgia, okay? Just understand that. He's teaching doctors now. No matter what student he has, that doctor that he's training can literally be the Michael Jordan of medicine. The Michael Jordan of medicine. They could be the LeBron James of surgery. That person wouldn't even be a top 250 earner as far as the top 250 earners in network marketing. You could be the best doctor in the world, trained by the best. You could be the best surgeon in the world. You wouldn't even be one of the top 250 earners in the network marketing industry on any given year. I need that to sink in. I could literally have been, and for my career in law enforcement, if anybody ever asks, I was the Michael Jordan of law enforcement in Louisiana and Texas and Mississippi at that time. That's my personal opinion. Wasn't nobody doing it better than me. I'm stopping murderers. I'm breaking up child trafficking rings. It's probably a movie. Literally a movie. I was the best. The best. There was not a single year I was ever going to even crack the top 1,000 network marketing earners in the world, and I was the Michael Jordan of law enforcement. There's nothing like this. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. No matter how good you are at your career and your job, I don't care what you think that matters, unless you're a professional athlete. And look, when you see what happened tonight with this update, with this announcement, we giving pro athletes a run for their money. You can go ahead and write that down and you say, man, Will Zander said it. I remember when he said it. He said, as of tonight, we are giving professional athletes a run for their money. Do they have to work hard? Yes. Do they have to have some super great opportunities and be in the gym 2, 3, 4 hours a day and practice every single day from when they're 8 years old all the way up to when they're 22, and maybe they can go to the league, and that's like 1% of 1%? Yeah. We giving them a run for their money tonight. I know it sounds crazy. Let me explain. Got some information yesterday. Paula and Marcus, hit me up, and Coach Marcus and Paula, still our CEO. And what they were explaining to me is, quite frankly, the most ridiculous thing I have seen in my over a decade of network marketing. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. It's so ridiculous that after the phone call, I had to interrupt Coach Marcus Jones at work. Coach, he called me back immediately. Oh, yeah, look, Shauna say 6%. Nah, not even close. It's so much. Oh, it's so much bigger. All right, son. I know, but you own it, but it's so much bigger. Okay, that being said, Coach, you got to call me. And it was hilarious. We could not even understand what was happening in that moment. Like, we said, did we just hear? We thought we heard? Because Coach, were we on the same call? Because that is not okay. let me give you at least the basics of the new and GoDasana pay plan. Let me just, oh man, let me just give it to you. Ain't no way to cut around it. We now have the simplest, most aggressive. Let me see. Oh, we got some comments coming in. Hold on. I don't want to leave nobody out. We only need one. Oh no, Shauna, that's crazy. The company will go out of business. Shauna's so silly. Tiara says I was just able to pay a $3,000 plumbing bill thanks to network marketing. Amen to that. And just look, just swipe the card. Didn't even have to take nothing away from her lucrative teacher salary. She was just like, network marketing commissions, boom, go away. I'll figure it out. And you know what the crazy part is? Tiara spent $3,000 on a plumbing bill. I guarantee she got more commissions coming in today, tomorrow, the next day, the next week. It's all coming back anyway. That's residual income. It's obscenely good. Such a blessing. All right, so the first part of the new, and this is just going to be an overview. We got about 15, 20 minutes left on the call. So this is not going to be a detailed breakdown. We're going to give you that as we get more information in the future, but just take this. And then in a minute, I'm going to ask Coach Marcus Jones to, not quite yet, but I'm going to ask him to pull up a slide that he made for us literally just now, because I want you to just get a visual because it's ridiculous and it'll change your life if you let it. Okay. So the first part of GoDasana pay plan does not change. It is the same. It is 25% what we call true retail commissions. And this is something that no other companies do. This is not even something HBN does, by the way. This is something where anytime you get an order or a customer, anytime over your career, anytime that person orders ever, in the history of ever, you're going to get paid 25%. Okay, they order and again, a lot of people don't appreciate that until you're at some other companies where you have a customer who's been ordering from you for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, 2 years, 3 years, and yet you don't see the upfront money anymore. It goes into volume, which is not bad if you know how to balance an organization. But a lot of people don't really feel like doing that. They just want their money when the order's made, when the cash register rings. I want commissions, and that's how it should be, and that's how it is at GoDasana. So what we call that, we don't even call it a fast start bonus. We call it a true retail. It's the only true retail in network marketing today that I've seen. True retail, and that is beautiful. You can get as many orders as you want. You can work on your skills, and you can go get as many orders as you want, and you'll always be paid the same predictable 25% of the volume of that, okay? The second part that we'll talk about is going to be the check match. All right. Now I'm taking these out of order. It's true retail, the retail commissions, the matrix, and then the check match. But I'm going to talk about the check match very quickly because it hasn't changed. The check match is still the best I've ever seen. It is 10% of any person. You get the matrix is the biggest part of our pay plan, obviously. You get 10% of the matrix, of the commission amount of any person you ever sponsor, even if you just sponsor one person, you get 10%. Now, if you want to achieve some rank like gold or platinum, you'll get 25%. If you want to go all the way and be a diamond, you get 50%. So if you sponsor someone like Coach Marcus Jones and he becomes $1 million earner, which he's been several times over, if you're a diamond, you're going to have $500,000 for every million. That's incredible. But even if you just sponsor Coach Marcus Jones and you pour into him, plug him into the system, and he goes on to make millions of dollars, as he always does, in every company he's ever been with, he's become a millionaire and then a multimillionaire with every company he's ever been with. Please understand, even at 10%, you're getting 100,000. You have a 6-figure income from sponsoring one person. And we know that it's amazing because we have people who've done that in our organization. They sponsor the right person. They don't do nothing else after that. And they still make it to the 6-figure level. So it's crazy to see. But that's how important the check match is. And it goes anywhere from 10% to 50%, which is stellar. Okay. That being said, let's talk about the matrix. Whew, ladies and gentlemen, you know that our matrix experienced a promotion in the last 90 days, the last quarter, where the matrix got doubled and went from 3% to 6%, which is more than double any other matrix in network marketing, more than double. The next closest matrix I found was 2.5%, which is cool for them. It's 6%. Okay, that's not the big update. I'm just not even half of it. That is now going to become a permanent part of our pay plan. That's not even a big deal. That is a big deal, but that's not the big deal. Okay, very big deal. Our matrix is now going to pay double permanently. And we kind of knew she was going to do it, but we couldn't speak on it until we knew that that was going to become a permanent part of the pay plan. Before I move to the next part, and we already know that very well, how many people have been seeing more money on Mondays than you used to, regardless of how much extra work you put in? I know it ain't just me. How many people have been getting excited about seeing more money on Mondays, even without extra work? Yeah. Well, keep going with that. And after you hit this next part, you're going to want to really dial it in. Okay. Now, the 2x12 matrix is still part of our pay plan. You can build it out 2x12. All the training we've ever done on 2x12 at GoDasana is the same. That doesn't change. However, at some point in the very near future, maybe a couple days, maybe next month, but you will see in your back office a third leg of your business. You're going to see a 3x12 matrix, which is what the GoDasana pay plan is going to be, a 3x12. Now, don't be scared. You can still just build a 2x2 people and sponsor 2 people all the way down. That doesn't change. However, a 3x12 matrix is the most aggressive pay plan in the history of network marketing. It's the most aggressive. Now, before we get Coach Marcus to pull up the slides, I just want to be clear. The 2x12 doesn't change. The 3x12 it's so ridiculous, you're just going to have to see it tonight for yourself. Now, remember, the average person in network marketing, I hate to say it, they only sponsor 2.7 people over the course of their career. This particular system will now reward people who can operate at 0.3%, 0.03% above average. Please put a 1 in the chat if you think that you can operate at 0.03% above average. I just want to know who's this even for. This ain't for everybody. You're going to have to be 0.03% above average. This plan is going to reward people who are willing to go one step further. And we're going to talk about the blueprint. 3x12 matrix means that you only have 3 frontline people. So we're going to be speaking about sponsoring, like STP, sponsor 2 people. We're going to be just speaking about sponsor 3 people. Okay, that's what it's going to be moving in the future. But again, you can still do it the old way. That part of the pay, it's the same, but you're going to have a whole extra leg of business that you can fill up or not. Up to you, Chief. Okay, now I'm going to ask Coach Marcus to pull up this slide, and we are just going to talk through some of these numbers, but do yourself a favor. Try not to skip all the way to the bottom at the beginning, because it's going to be mind-boggling how this stuff actually works, okay? Now, we still have our same 12 levels. Let me be clear on that. We have our same. Some of y'all might need to pinch the screen and make it a slightly bigger view if you need to. And I'm going to just talk through it a little bit. We got about 10 minutes left on the call. We're going to do an in-detail training a little bit later, okay? Maybe tonight I might break out some pen and paper for y'all. But what I want you to focus on first is going to be that team column and that level column, okay? And you see 12 levels there. So Will, how is the company making the 6% permanent? Well, I'll tell you, the money had to come from somewhere. So where does it come from? The money came from, and give me the one for the 100, Coach Marcus. Give me the 100. We're just going to aim high, and we'll break it down after that. Thank you, Coach. So the leaderboard had to go away, okay? It just had to go away. The SAT grid also had to go away. So we're sad about that, but we're not really sad about it, because you have an opportunity to make significantly more income than the leaderboard or the SAT grid could ever provide you. I'm gonna just shoot you straight. Okay, this is way better. Also, levels 13, 14, and 15 of our 2x12 are now gone. Well, don't be mad about that. The only people that really affected is people like me and Coach Marcus and maybe 2 or 3 other people, because most people weren't down into those levels yet. Just being honest with you, it would hurt us more than anybody, but we didn't care, because the money for this next piece that you're looking at to make the 6% permanent and then make a 3x12, it had to come from somewhere, okay? Because our company is going to stay open. That's the difference between us and a lot of companies. Now, if you look on that first level, you'll see 3 people, and then you'll see 9 people, then you'll see 27 people, and so on and so forth. Does it make sense, based on what you already know about the 2x2, that now you're sponsoring 3 people and you're helping people sponsor 3 people? Does that one extra person make sense? Just in the process of doing it. Okay, we're still using the best system. Okay, the B stands for buy the appropriate amount of products. The E stands for educate. You got to get educated on the skills and educated on the products in your back office. The S, instead of standing for sponsor two people, it still stands for show the plan, but the S in the best system stands now for sponsor three people. You show the plan until you sponsor three people, and then T, you teach them how to do the same thing. Okay? Now, when you look at the volume, though, you look at the volume, ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to go to level 6. Let's just go to level 6. Let's not even go all the way. Let's just go to level 6. When you look at level 6, ladies and gentlemen, that is an organizational amount of probably a little over 1,000 people. When you look at level 6, about 1,000 people, give or take, okay? And everybody's at 100 CV. And again, we're going to do a detailed training on this in the future, but not today, okay? On level 6, there's 729 people on that level. Let me just see who's even got this part down. How many people did you sponsor to get to 729 people? How many people did? Nope, it's going to be 3. You see, yeah, you got to switch it up. It's going to take a minute, but we're going to shift our mindsets to be 0.03% better than average. That's not a lot. It's not a lot, okay? So if you look at it, you got about 1,000 some people in your group right there, but you only sponsored 3 of them, okay? But you taught those 3 how to sponsor 3 people. Now, just 6 levels down, you'll see that your monthly matrix is over $6,500. That is not including check match, and that is not including your true retail. Okay, just understand that. It's not including any of that stuff, all right? That's full-time income for most people, $6,500 a month, and you sponsor 3 people. It's very, very quick. Now, you see a huge jump between level 6 and 7. You see right there how it goes bananas at level 6 to go to level 7? I want you to just look at that. You are going to be, okay, hold on, I lost my slide. Hold on, something happened. Let me let coach get us back right. Slide gone. Okay. Now, looking at the slide there, you got to understand that somewhere in between level 6 and 7, you are going to hit over $8,000 or $9,000 a month, and that'll put you at the $100,000 a year category. That'll put you at 6 figures. So if you want to make 6 figures, you need to be focusing on getting to level 6. You want 6 figures, level 6. That's just how it goes. It's very easy to think about conceptually. Okay. And that'll put you over $100,000 a year. As soon as you finish out level 6, you'll have a couple people building, and you'll be over $100,000 a year. Easy peasy, okay? Now, what I really want to focus your attention on, which is again just absolutely ridiculous, is going to be numbers like levels 9 and 10. Lord forbid, numbers 11 and 12. All right. These levels are available even for an influencer or an executive, a person who sponsored at least 2 people. If you sponsor 3 people, if you sponsor 2 people, you still qualify for all 12 levels. And this is, of course, is going to be at 100 BV. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are not students of the industry, let me say this before we get toward the end of the call, okay? There are people in network marketing, some I know personally, some I do not, that are $1 million monthly earners, okay? $1 million monthly. I actually knew a gentleman, he's no longer in network marketing, and obviously, but he was making over $4 million a month. Okay, $4 million a month. All right, and coach, you have a great question. I'll answer it for you shortly, brother. Great question. Okay, $4 million a month. Now I wonder, how was Jua making $4 million a month? They just had comp plans that were so aggressive. The problem with his company was they didn't move the money from anywhere else. So that company is no longer open. Okay, and I'm not saying anybody here is going to make $4 million a month or this, that, or a third, but I'm certainly going to do my best, and I would recommend you do too. Okay. But the fact that you can have 3 people sponsored and earn off all 12 levels is absolutely ridiculous. And that is at the 100 BV level, because that is what I would recommend, because at the 100 BV level, you earn off all the orders, no matter what the volume is. Now, if you want to operate at the 50 BV level, which I do not recommend, but you can, if you so choose, it's your business. You do what you want to do. I'm not going to sponsor you, but you can do what you want to do. And you fill up the matrix. That is going to be about $2.4 million in a month, which is just absolutely ridiculous. But are there network marketers in our industry, past, present, and then some in the future, that have already made that type of money on a monthly basis? Yes. This is not a first time Oh my gosh, it's never been done. No, this has happened in our industry plenty of times. Okay. And our coaches know that. I'm sure they know some of these people in person as well. Well, now you have an opportunity to be one of those people. Okay. Even if you were to be at 100 BV and really build and then fail miserably, this is go to Sana, not HBM. And I'll tell you why in a second. If you were to build it and you fail miserably, oh my gosh, Will, I failed miserably. And I only was able to achieve 10% of the matrix. 90% of my people quit. I just couldn't do it. 90% of my people are gone. I only won 10% of the matrix, and I feel like a failure. I'm not making $4.7 million a month. I'm only making $478,000 a month, which is 10% of 4.7 million. Ladies and gentlemen, do you understand that if you do your best and you still fail miserably, you get a 10% on the test? It's a 100% maximum score. If you get a 10% on the test, this pay plan is so lucrative, you will end up at 478,000. Well, Will, what if I'm absolutely borderline retarded? What if I don't believe in myself and I'm so bad, I can't even do 10%. I'm down in the 1% level. I'll never make $4.7 million a month. I'll never make $478,000 a month. I'm so bad. I'm at 1%, not even 10%. I'm at 1% of what this matrix can really do. And I'm only at $478,000 a year, US currency. US currency, ladies. I just want that to resonate with you. I'm gonna say that one more time, just for emphasis. Okay. If you fill up and do 100% of this matrix with proper duplication, I just need the math to make sense for you. That is $4.7 million a month if you're operating at 100 BV, $4.7 million a month. What is 10% of $4.7 million a month? $478,000 a month. So if you only score a 10% on this test, and it takes you a year or 2 or 3 or 4, even 5 to do it, and you only score a 10% on this test, that is $478,000 a month. If you are absolutely retarded, and I mean, I'm as politically incorrect as it can get. You are absolutely low-key brain dead, and you can only score a 1% on this test, and it takes you 3, 4, 5 years to do. You only score 1% on this test. Do you understand you are still staring down the barrel of $478,000 a year US? Ladies and gentlemen, that's a pretty chunk of change. That's a lot of tithes. I don't know how to put it to you. That is a lot of tithes. This is the most aggressive, the simplest pay plan in the history of simple. Okay, it's that good. Very quickly, you could buy, look, you want a yacht, you can buy one now. Okay, that's how it works. Now we can't do it in HBN. HBN is simply too big a company. There are too many people there, too many moving parts. It's not older than GoDasana, but it's significantly larger. It's at least 10 times larger than GoDasana. And from a logistics standpoint, it is technically impossible to do that. The company, it would be a disaster, to be quite frank. And that brings me to Coach Sonic's question. How is the third pot in the grid not going to be filled? Is it open right now? No, it's not open yet, Coach. We just wanted the people who plug into our team calls, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday night, stuff like that. We wanted everyone who tunes into these calls, and the leadership, obviously yourself and others, to get this information early, so that when we give the date on when the third spot will be open, people will have a placement, an active placement tank feature where you can fill that third spot with the person of your choosing. Okay, with the person of your choosing. Dynamic compression will be done before that. So everybody's going to be compressed. I already spoke to Paul about that a little bit earlier. So prior to this happening in a couple of days or a week, or, on August the 1st or something like that, y'all will all get a big heads up. Do not worry. Stay plugged into your leadership. Your leaders and coaches will let you know, and we'll be talking about it on the calls, obviously. There's going to be a huge dynamic compression that takes place to get everybody at the highest available position they can possibly have. And then the third spot, that third top leg will be there. Okay, so it'll be very, very good. And coaches, if y'all have any issues or questions about, hey, my person here versus that or third, please just message me direct on Facebook. And for professional builders, we will make sure that everybody go where they need to go. But you're going to get a heads up on all of that anyway. Okay. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, as we get to the close of the call,
let's just keep it 100. Let's keep it a buck. Okay. You wake up early, you know, you drive in traffic, you clock in and out, you trade time for dollars. We getting paid just enough to stay, but never getting paid enough to really get ahead. And then after that, you're really not owning anything. You know, you can't pass it on to your kids, a lot of the stuff, and you'll never see a fraction even. You'll never see even 1% of what's possible with the matrix. You even with the top tier job you could ever have, you're just not going to see what's even capable, even 1% of what this matrix can do. Okay. And we'll have a training for you in the future with that. And for my people who are at 50 BV, that's cool. You're looking at, you know, 2.4 million. It's still really, really good. The 50 BV folks. However, when you start seeing that income, you definitely need to upgrade that to 100 BV as soon as possible. I don't know. I don't want you missing out on anything. And we building this the right way. And if you're at 5 or 10 BV, you don't qualify for all 12 levels. You can still get your 25% retail, but you cannot hit that bronze level, which is what you need. You need to sponsor at least 2 to 3 people and be at least, Coach Mark said, at least 20 BV. It's at least 20 BV to hit the rank to get the full 12 levels. But at 20 BV, even though you get the full 12 levels, you won't get the full income. Okay. 100 BV is where that's at. And just to put that in perspective, if you sponsor someone who really builds this and does it right, you're at 100 BV, they're at 100 BV, and that's the only person you sponsor. Okay, that's the only person you sponsor, and you get another. Let's say you get another customer, right? So you hit bronze. Let's say you got one person who really goes and builds it, and they don't do they don't do 100% on the test score. They don't get 4.7 million a month. They don't do 10% on the test score. They don't get 478,000 a month. They only do 1% on the test. Okay, and they get the 478,000 a year. They get that a year. Okay, you're still getting 10% of that, which would be about $47,000 a year, almost 50 grand a year. That's still almost a full-time income. So even if you sponsor the person who scored a 1% on this test, you're still going to the bank. So how do you sponsor that type of person? You become that type of person. Okay, and here's the punchline. Any job you have, everybody on this call who is currently employed, I promise you, your job is harder than MLM. I'm gonna tell you, anybody who's on this call who currently is employed and has a job, I love you to death. I've had it, everybody's on here had a job or has a job. We love it. But your job, no matter what it is, I can assure you, is harder than building network marketing. And no matter what it is, you'll never see a fraction of what's possible with the income of network marketing. You just won't. Okay. So when people ask me, Will, how much does the average person make in our company? Now we tell them straight, we don't sponsor average people. Average doesn't build legacy. Average is not going to change your family tree for generations. This matrix is for those ready to go just 0.03% average and claim the life that they were lied out of. Now we still honor the old system. The 2x12 matrix still works. Don't get it twisted. You can just ignore that third leg, just build it just like you do, 2x2. But the 3x12, that is like flipping the cheat code. That is built for people who want true freedom. That is built for everyday people. That is built for digital entrepreneurs. That's built for everybody who's done being lied to and ready to own something real. Okay, so this is what we'll wrap up with. All right, you only got to do the work one time. You do it right, do the work one time. Okay, Coach Seymour said that, and we stand behind that. That is what residual income is all about. But you do have to build it. If one of your 3 people quits, you got to go get another one. This is the truth. You got to build it right and get it over with. Okay, you know the numbers. We'll give you a breakdown and a training on that in the very near future as we get more information and get the logistics down. Don't even worry a little bit. Okay, you do need to be at 100 BV to maximize this. However, the 50 BV, not a bad start, especially for our international people. Okay, we are still using the best system. That's not changed at all. We just adding one person. We just added an extra option for you, an extra leg of business for you to build. Paula is brilliant with this. Shout out to Paula and Coach Marcus as well for making this type of magic happen, obviously. And this pay plan is True Retail, part 1, part 2, Matrix, and part 3 is going to be the check match. We don't have the exact start date yet, Coach. We don't have it yet. We'll have it in the near future. I anticipate it will be August 1st if I had to guess, because that's kind of how Paula operates. but I will know for sure in the future, and I will let y'all know for sure. And as we talked about, for the people who were on the previous call, how many people are excited about the level 3 content strategy that we talked about on Sunday night's call? How many people are excited to learn the level 3 content strategy in Nashville? Okay. Based on this, I know I'm excited to teach it to y'all, quite frankly. We are working on right now a recruiting system, which you will be the first to experience in Nashville, in person or online. It's going to take up some time that afternoon, but I'm committed to do it. You are going to not only learn the formulas to create level 3 content on demand, which is very special. If you want a last call, you know how special it is. The results speak for themselves, right? You are not only going to learn that, but you will be the first people ever to have a 6-step system for recruiting and retailing that is based around level 3 content specifically created for this 3x12 matrix. And the reason we're doing that is not because a lot of you need to do it, but it is the system which I would highly recommend that after Nashville, when you sponsor a new person, this is the system I would recommend. We haven't had to change our system. And again, this is all going to be under this. It's not under the B part of best system or the educate part. This is just under the sponsoring, show the plan, recruiting part. This is just how you get the people and how you onboard the people. We haven't had to train how we recruit or retail since 2019. We just haven't had to. I think we had a little tweak in like 2021, maybe a little minor tweak. But this is so aggressive, this pay plan, to truly take advantage of it. It did require us and the leadership team to continually go look at how we were doing things and say, okay, we need to go ahead and get the motor upgraded. We need to go ahead from a V8 to a V12. And I feel like the 6-step level 3 content-based recruiting and retailing system, that you will be the first people ever to learn this and do it in real time. You will be doing it in real time with PDFs and printouts and handouts. You'll be able to take home all the tools. If you're attending online, you'll be able to download the tools so you can keep up with us live in person. But it's going to be very special for you. Okay. T, I'm going to be honest. I have no updates, not because the guy didn't send me any updates on that. I've just been so busy with corporate and Coach Marcus today that I have not had a chance to do anything other than that since I got that text message. So hopefully we'll have some stuff on that for you on the next call. But that is what I wanted to cover, tonight. So ladies and gentlemen, any last minute, I don't have no updates on absolutely nothing other than this, because this is all I've been focused on for the last couple hours. No coffee updates. I don't have any condo up. I got absolutely zero. It has really been all about trying to get this 3x12 wrapped around in my head, because I've never experienced something like that. I've heard about it. I'm like Moses looking into the promised land. I ain't never been over there, but I see it. Never experienced it before. So this is going to be, so you'll be learning and adopting the stuff at the same time. Me and Coach Marcus and Coach Sonic and others, Coach Seymour, and we're Coach Charlotte, we're learning this just like you are in real time. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Going through the numbers was absolutely bananas. Okay, so I want to thank y'all for just sticking with us. Thank you for being the best part of Green Organics. Go to Sana the way that it's set up, and you don't have to have leg balance. For my advanced people who understand binaries and leg balance, the fact that you don't have to have leg balance, you combine that with a 6% matrix, which is more than double anywhere else in the industry. Combine that with the check matched minimum 10% day one, combined with a true 3x12 and true retail. There's no pay plan like this. There's just none exists. And when you have a pay plan like that with products of our quality, products that do what they said they're going to do and really change lives, this is Amway in the 80s. You'll see. Okay. So I appreciate y'all so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all for tuning in. I want to thank Coach Seymour so much for tuning in and dropping some knowledge. Tomorrow night, we got Coach Sonic at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on the Coach's Corner. Do not miss that. Only if you care about your skills. If you don't care about skills and getting better, then you go ahead and skip that call. But if you like skills and you like getting better, don't miss that one. Worst case scenario, catch the replay. Okay. But then we got Coach Marcus, Coach Tina on Thursday. We'll have Coach Marcus Saturday night with Franchise Factor. I will see y'all again Sunday. And then on Tuesday, Monday, Coach Marcus testimonial call. And then next Tuesday, we will have Miriam, Coach Seymour, and myself on the Tuesday night leadership call. So thank y'all so much for your time, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate y'all. We will catch you on the next one. Any questions that you have before the next call, feel free to message me direct on Facebook and I will answer those in the order that they are received. And as we get more information in, we will update you on every call. So don't miss Coach Sonic's call, Coach Mark's call, Coach Tina's, you might get some updates there. All right. Y'all have a good night. God bless. And do we have notes in the chat before we pop off? Any notes in the chat? I saw somebody say they had notes in the chat. Did we miss notes? Nope.